Welcome to Escape This Podcast, a show that's a mix between tabletop role-playing and escape room puzzles. This is the second episode of Season 10, which is far too many seasons, of our new standalone series. Danny, you haven't written these for a while.
It's true.
How are you feeling? 2 in.
Slowly progressing into competence again.
So they'll get better and better?
I'm hoping so.
And Season 10, Episode 10 will be fantastic?
Magnum opus.
Brilliant.
That's the good one, right?
Yes. Every single episode, we have guests come on to play through an escape room that Danny has created that exists just in her mind and your mind and our minds, and also some like PDFs and PNGs. This episode, we have 2 fantastic guests, 2 returning guests. We have Will Campos from Dungeons and Daddies.
Hello.
And we have
more.
Sorry.
And more.
And more.
Not just Dungeons and Daddies.
Yeah,
It's
that's
okay.
true.
You could say just Dungeons and Daddies.
I'm putting him in a box.
I'm also a Star Wars fan fiction writer professionally, so that's my other credit.
And joining the multifaceted Will Campos, we have Chris Yule from Finish It and More.
No, only Finish It. I blink out of existence when I'm not doing my podcast, Finish It. Yeah.
I thought
Hello.
you were the one who wrote Star Trek fan fiction so we could get a fight happening.
That was
No.
that was the pitch for this team up, Chris.
Yeah, it's going to be knockdown drag
Let's
out.
see if these two can get out of an argument about which is better, Star Trek or Star Wars.
Things are about to get real.
So the 2 of you have been on before, but never together. Do you think you'll gel well, or do you think you needed the other teams?
It doesn't feel great so far. I'm not really like it's.
Yeah.
There's definite friction.
Chris
I
came
think.
into the room with a real weird energy. He was insulting everybody. I will say this, and this is true. Chris and I both said that we were the weakest part of our previous episodes. So
Previous
you've got a
groups,
real. It's like a reverse natural selection going on.
Yeah.
Usually you want the best people to come back for the next episode. So whoever's worse of the 2 of us has to come back for episode number 3. That's the rule.
I mean, isn't that the whole point of escape rooms? The people who are the strongest, well, they actually get out. The ones who are
survive
the
the
weakest,
escape room.
Oh, okay.
they have to keep
we're
escaping.
I'm recording this from an escape room that I did in person that I still haven't figured out 2 years ago. It's been 2 years. I just
You're
live
just
in
part
here
of the
now.
room now.
This
You know
dang
what?
lock, it's got a bunch of puzzles on it. I don't know which combination it is.
What kind of lock has letters on it?
As far as places to spend the last 2 years, I think you found the safest one.
Yeah, maybe. That's true.
Locked in a room away from everybody. We've sort of transitioned our way into how we usually start every episode, which is we have a few questions for our guests. This is an escape room podcast. So what is your sort of general escape room experience? Has it changed since the last time you've been on the show?
Yeah, mine's easy. It hasn't changed. I still have never been inside of an escape room. I love the
wow.
concept. It never happened before the pandemic, and so at this point it'll be a bit. I've done them with you, and they're delightful.
You're running entirely on like conjecture right now. Like you're a man trying to create an omelet and you've only seen an omelet on television.
I've never played a
one.
game of any sort. I don't know what a game is. I'm trying to pick it up.
Well, Chris, your podcast seems like it's of a similar ilk in terms of that you do like choose your own adventures and stuff like that. So like
Yeah,
you're
but-
into like you've
yeah.
been in like a mental puzzle space before in terms of like you have experience with that.
There's no logic in those nightmares, though. There's absolutely no rhyme or reason in there.
I can count on one hand the number of escape rooms I've done since I was on this podcast like 2-3 years ago, which is my family. We've been going to this camp in Michigan ever since we were kids. It's like a summer camp kind of thing. It's like a family summer camp. And so they had an escape room 2 years ago, and we did an escape room there that was kind of like a very lo-fi one. And then yesterday we do for the Dungeons and Daddies Patreon, like one of our levels, we do like a game night where like we'll play video games online, we'll stream them, and we played Escape Simulator, which I'm sure you guys must be familiar with. And we played through 2, and I was mostly complaining through both of them. So it's been yours is the last time I sincerely made an effort in an escape room. So.
So the other aspect of this show is that it's escape rooms mixed with a sort of tabletop role-playing feeling. So what is your tabletop role-playing experience? Will, do you want to go first this time?
Yeah, so I'm on a show called Dungeons and Daddies, not a BDSM podcast. We've been doing a tabletop game. We're going on 3 years. We're coming up on our 3-year anniversary, I think, of our first episode, which is surreal. So, I mean, we definitely what we play. We always say that what we play is loosely described as Dungeons and Dragons because we get very fast and loose with the rules. But like, yeah, so a fair amount of TTRPG experience, mostly involving antagonizing and derailing the campaign.
That's the job of a player, I think.
Yes, exactly. Yeah, making my DM uncomfortable and miserable. That's most of it.
And yet, you have the amazing skill of derailing, but you guys all care so much about making a good story that your derailing is great and you make it work. And I don't know how all of you, especially Anthony, I don't know how he handles that as someone who can't improvise.
He's a good sport, our DM. He loves it. He really enjoys it. So that's the secret, is if you're into being humiliated and punished like Anthony is, then, it goes great.
But it's not a BDSM podcast.
It's not. It's not.
And Chris, what is your sort of tabletop role-playing experience?
As I've mentioned before, most of mine is from being teenagers, and my brother and I would spend a lot of time making characters and coming up with stuff, but not really playing. But then lately I've been playing with you, Bill. You've been DMing my brother and I and wonderful friend Toby in Lancer, which is like a mech-based space sci-fi thing that has been very fun. Actually,
so if Chris isn't a good guest on your podcast, Bill, does that mean you're going to take it out on him in the game?
Yeah,
I make such bad choices in that game that like he doesn't need to do anything to punish me. I just panic.
All right, wonderful. Well, I think we are ready to go. Do you want to give a little preamble as to what this room is?
Yeah, so normally we go into this without me saying anything before the introduction, and our guests are coming in completely blind as to what the theme is. Not so with this one. It started out in my designing of it just being a straightforward beach room, but then we got contact from one of our friends, Neil from the show Triviality. If you listen to that one, fantastic trivia podcast, please do go and listen to it. And he has a book coming out very shortly that is all about Patrick Swayze, and we're looking to do maybe a little cross-promotion. And I looked at this so far unwritten beach room and went, well, there's room for a little bit of Swayze in this.
You could do some dirty dancing on the beach.
Exactly, that was the plan.
Is there going to be a kid making a sandcastle and then a ghost of another kid behind him helping him make the sandcastle?
Yeah.
You're making
it's
me...
right itself.
Hold on, you got to give me a couple of minutes to change things up now.
We hear frantic erasing going on the plan.
So now, what we have, we'll talk a little bit more about that book afterwards, I think, but for now, we have a Point Break themed room.
Yes!
If you are not familiar with the movie Point Break, you might miss some references, but it's still an escape room, you'll be fine.
If you're not familiar with the movie Point Break, get familiar. It's a great movie. Catherine Bigelow directed it. It's just a fantastic, smoldering tale of steely looks between Patrick Swayze and Keanu Reeves. There's surfing. There's football. Gary Busey shows up in it. It's really just a gem of a 90s action romp. Also kind of the prototypical... Fast and the Furious, very inspired by Point Break, is basically Point Break with cars.
It's the exact same movie. Yeah.
It's the first one. Yeah, the first one is quite literally just Point Break, but with street racing instead of surfing.
And we are talking about the 2015 remake Point Break,
right?
Of course.
That's the one.
The iconic version of 2015 remake.
Yeah. Oh, God.
That's what we want.
What a horrifying twist.
That's why we have to escape.
Yes.
Yeah, why would you escape from the 90s Point Break?
It's amazing.
All right, we looking like we're ready to go?
Let's go. Whisk us away.
I got to get my intense surf tone on.
Oh.
30 years ago, a crime spree hit the sunny city of LA. Bank robbery after bank robbery, most of them surprisingly non-violent. It was said they didn't do it for the money, just for the thrill. They were adrenaline junkies, these thieves. Sometimes it was the banks, sometimes it was skydiving in the middle of nowhere. But the one activity they kept coming back to was surfing. That was their lives. And for the ringleader, it was also his death. It's an infamous tale. The head of the gang, you can't remember his name. He wanted to end his life in one way. No, you can't remember his name. I spent so long Googling trying to find out if he had a surname. I was just curious.
No, he's just Bodhi, man.
It's Bodhi.
Vaya con Dios. All right, sorry.
Bodhi's
Please
Bodhi.
go ahead. Point Break's so freaking good.
The head of the gang, you can't remember his name, or maybe you can, who knows. He wanted to end his life in one way, riding a suicidal wave at Bells Beach, Victoria, during a tumultuous weather event called the 50-Year Storm. The police were hot on his tail, but he made it out onto that wave, and he never made it back. And that was how this surprisingly dark action-adventure story ended, until today. A lot has changed since back then. For one thing, because of climate change, that 50-year storm is now more like a 30-year storm, and it's due to hit right about now.
Ooh.
And for another, the police records of the incidents have been made available online. You gave it a perusal one day when you were bored of your usual work, and quite quickly you noticed that something didn't quite add up. Literally. The amount of money this gang stole, the amounts in their various bank accounts, all the expenses they were known to incur on their escapades, they didn't balance. There was a lot more money that should have been recovered after the ringleader died, but no one had ever found it. And as far as you can tell in your research, no one ever tried to find it. And just like that, the idea started bubbling away in your head. You could find that money. And you were pretty sure you knew where to start looking. You do a bit of surfing yourself, though you'd never do something as crazy as ride a 30-year storm wave. But at the same time, you sort of get why someone would. You get the idea of obsession, of feeling like it's your destiny to do one specific thing, everything else being a minor distraction along the way. And if this surfing, robbing ringleader felt like that, you know he wouldn't hide his treasure anywhere else but the place he was obsessed with. So, you got on a plane, you hitched a ride to Bells Beach, and here you are.
Are we doing Point Break 2, The Search for Bodhi's Treasure?
Yes, you
Yes,
are.
you are.
That's amazing.
You walk through the car park, past a public toilet and vending machine, and you head down the walkway. There isn't another soul in sight. Not surprising. The wind is volatile, the sky is a threatening shade of dark grey, and at any moment you expect a rain bomb to hit you. It's also winter, so, there's that too. You shield your eyes so sand doesn't fly in them, and you take a look at the beach. So, everything about the beach is kind of a mess. In the north, where you are, there's an outdoor shower, which is the only permanent fixture here.
Mm-hmm.
In the northeast, a few surfboards stick out of the sand. Right in the center of the place is a huge sand castle. And somewhere off to its left, you see a bucket, and off to its right, a spade. Sitting in the west is a lifeguard's chair with a pair of binoculars fallen at its feet. Stuck at various points throughout the sand are umbrellas, over a dozen of them. You'll get a bit more detail about exactly where they are later, so don't worry too hard about that.
Are these man-sized beach umbrellas, or are we talking like rain umbrellas?
These are
beach umbrellas.
umbrellas.
old
How
beach
wild
umbrellas.
would that be if a beach was covered with rain umbrellas? That would
I
be
know it had a
so
very
good.
like Renee Magritte kind of vibe. If it's just
Yeah.
like the normal-sized umbrellas,
And not even like normal umbrellas, like the ones you get when you've forgotten your umbrella. So you get like a $5 one from a little corner store. They're like this big.
And all over the place, having been blown from God knows where, there's a whole heap of beach flags and warning signs.
Okay.
Now, as for the water itself, which is to the south, by the shore, it's full of litter. And way out past the nastiest of waves, you can just make out a closed-topped boat. In spite of all that, it's something else that catches your attention first. On the end of the handrail, right where your hand is resting before you step out on the sand, someone has taped down a small piece of paper with 2 words on it. Happy anniversary. Ugh, that could be for anyone. It could mean an actual anniversary, but somehow, you know it's not talking about a wedding. You know that it's meant for you. Someone was expecting you here.
Okay.
Now you are welcome to start exploring this place.
Chris, it feels like
Oh,
we
man.
should take a closer look at this note to see if there's anything else written on it. That's the first place my
on the
mind
back
goes
of
to.
it, or
There-
definitely.
This note has nothing else written on it, and the handwriting, it's written in just sort of generic, neat handwriting. You can't tell anything about this. You
Too
suspect that it might
generic.
just be an ominous room introduction as opposed to anything that will help with a
Okay.
puzzle later.
Okay.
Fair
Yeah.
enough.
What about on the little anything else on the little banisters on the little?
Nah,
on
not
the-
so much.
No. Oh, okay.
Okay. Which way is the wind blowing right now?
Ooh.
All of them.
Whoa!
Wow. We're at the center. So we're in the eye of a hurricane.
Either that or the North Pole. That's how that works, right?
The North Pole. Okay.
That's how it goes.
What about that nasty shower? Should we take a peek in there since we're so
Yeah,
close
let's
to
go to
it?
the shower. Let's go there first.
Just get it over
Yeah,
with,
sure.
right?
There's not much to it. It's just a slab of concrete at the top of the beach with a drain in the middle and a tall shower head hanging over it. The water only comes out cold. It's basically just for getting salt and sand off you before you head home. You don't see anything of note unless you peer into the drain.
Yeah, let's not do that.
Sounds like a trap. Forget it.
Definitely a trap.
I was going to say, well, first I was going to say turn the shower on, but let's check in the drain first.
Oh, yeah. You can turn the shower on just fine and cold water comes out in little sad spurts. There's no good pressure here.
Okay,
Mm.
dang.
But in this drain, there's a key in there. Now, there is no way your fingers can fit through the narrow slits of the drain cover, and annoyingly, it doesn't feel like it wants to come off.
So what's it? Is it like just sitting under the drain cover, or is it like hanging from something?
No, it is sitting in there. The drain doesn't look like it's particularly deep before there's a mini ledgy thing for this key to be sitting
A
on.
key ledge.
Yeah.
What do you get? A drain ledge. For
Your
all
standard
the water
ledge
that's
for your drain. Yeah.
And just for added drama, it is hanging precariously halfway
Ah,
off the
perfect.
key ledge. So
Okay,
if you
good,
screw
good.
up,
so
But
anxious.
by your estimation, it looks like it would fall off the edge in 60 minutes.
Oh, okay.
And then you'll have
My
to just try
God.
again.
Does it look like it would fit out in between the little drain slits if we
Yes.
could pull it with something? Okay, cool.
Okay. All right. Do we want
Yeah.
to? I'm trying to think if there's anything else we want. I inspect the shower head to see if there's anything in the shower head.
I have
that.
done that in rooms before, but not this time.
Damn.
Okay.
What about the concrete itself? Are there any like markings on it? Anything in the grout of the concrete bricks? Like, like is any graffiti on here?
Nah, you have learned everything there is to know about this shower.
Oh,
Dang.
that makes it easy.
Suspicious lack of graffiti on this strewn,
That's a
desecrated
clue.
beach.
There'll
Definitely
be
a clue.
plenty of graffiti elsewhere. Why would you graffiti a shower? It can wash right off.
That's true. Very good point. Should we take a look at these surfboards? It feels like
yeah.
Let's do a general survey and then we can try to figure out how to suss out that key.
Make sure they're not
Absolutely.
just like giant tongues sticking straight up out of the sand, which is what they
That's
look
true.
like on my
Could
paper.
be a bunch of freakish demons. That's true.
Yep.
The surfboards are resting vertically with one of their pointy ends stuck into the sand. With this wind, you don't think they're going to last that way much longer. You
Mhm.
think, based on the look of them, they're probably rentals. They've got quite a lot of wear to them, and they don't look like they'd be particularly expensive. As you give each of them a closer look, you find something half buried in front of one of them. It's a
Ooh.
roughly cut paper sign attached to a thick knotted string. Must have been hanging over the board before the weather turned bad. You expect
Mhm.
it to be prices or something, and yeah, it's something. It looks like a list of rules, and you're going to get given an image of these rules.
Oh,
no.
okay.
And for people who are listening along at home, you can have a look at this image yourself in the show
Ooh.
notes. But yes, would one of you like to read it out for our listeners?
Yeah,
I'm
I can
happy
read
that
it.
you went with this one first because this is the image I put the least effort into. So you're
Oh,
going to get
fantastic.
more
This gets
impressed.
better and better.
It's just going to keep escalating. All right. It says, stay within the surfing boundaries. Remember to watch all your sides. That includes diagonals. Whether you're playing beach football or waxing your board or halfway in between, be happy.
Ball or waxing.
Something
or
about
halfway
sides
in
and
between.
diagonals.
Yeah.
And what does it
And
mean
the
to be halfway
between?
between playing beach football or waxing your board?
We
Waxing
we
your
don't have a
football.
Throw a board to each other.
We're playing beach board. Okay. Okay.
All right, let's make a note of that for now. I think we can circle back to that.
or just throw it away.
Just this is meaningless.
Burn it.
Can we take a closer look at these surfboards?
Yeah. They have anything written on them? Any like logos or anything?
No, they look cheap, and honestly, even to your amateur surfer eye, they're a bit unrefined.
Why would you put graffiti on a surfboard? It's just going to wash right off.
I'd like to knock on each of the surfboards to see if any of them sound like hollow, like there might be something
Go
in
away.
one of them. Like you knock on like a wall, you know what I mean? Like you're like trying to search for like a hidden passage or something like that. I give a thorough inspection of the surfboards.
I am going to be hiding much less stuff from you than you think. You're very suspicious of me, Will. The insides of the surfboards, they sound like polystyrene, polyurethane.
Oh wow!
Ooh,
Okay,
that's
there we
smart.
go.
I know what's inside a surfboard,
Our
apparently.
trained ear.
Yeah.
Okay.
Why?
All
That's how
right.
they float, because they're full of polystyrene, apparently,
Oh,
which
good.
is wild.
Yeah.
Do you think there's any way we could use that string to get the key? I guess we would need some sort of hook or something, right?
You would think, annoyingly, this is very thick knotted string. It
Oh,
won't fit down
okay.
that gap.
That's
Wow.
some thick string. All right.
It's thicker than the key. Yeah, it's like a ship
It's
rope
rope.
or something like
Yeah,
that.
It's rope. Oh, okay. There is
All
a
right, well,
thing.
yeah,
that
what
is
about-
There are a lot
string.
of ropes that are thicker than a key. That's not that wild.
Yeah, there are a lot of ropes, not many strings. So this is rope.
Oh, whatever.
We're halfway. We're caught
we
halfway
broke
between
the
string and
room.
rope. You know what I would like to do though, because this might come. Let's rip the paper off the string, and like maybe we can roll this up at some point, or wet it, or fashion something out of it. So let's just hold on to that, and put it in our inventory.
Fair
Yeah,
enough.
infantry.
And at the very least, you can reread it anytime you want now.
If you
There
hover
we
your
go.
mouse to the top of the screen, you can see it'll pop down. You can drag it onto stuff that you want to use.
And drop it into our
don't make
inventory
promises
spot.
we can't keep, Billy.
Just hit I and you can review the whole thing.
I click eye and hand and nose and tongue on top of it to see if anything happens.
Yeah, why don't you just do your rooms that way? Tongue surfboard?
I swear to God, I played one of those. I think it was a LucasArts game or an old Sierra game that had the tongue, and there was literally like one clue in the entire game that used the tongue, and the rest of the time was like, you can't look that. I'm like, why is there a whole button for this? Anyway, should we carry on
All right.
with our survey? Should we head over to the
Yeah.
to the sandcastle?
Yeah, I gotta see this sandcastle.
Yeah, let's take a look at the sandcastle.
It is quite something. You don't even really believe that a kid could have done this. First off, it's so sturdy and the sand is so properly compacted, the wind isn't blowing it to pieces, which by
Wow.
all rights it should be. And second of all, it's got turrets and towers for days. It's 3 stories tall. And you haven't built a sandcastle in quite some years, but your inner child is quite bitter about how good
Is
this
it-
is.
When you say
Yeah.
3 stories tall, are you talking about like 3 sandcastle stories, or does this look like a 3-story building made of sand?
Like 3 human stories. 3
Yeah,
crabby
like-
stories or 3 human stories?
3 little sand dolly stories, but
three
you know, they-
action like an action figure size,
G.I.
like
Joe.
if we were like a GI Joe story. Yeah,
Exactly.
Okay.
And they,
All right.
they could go easily through the door. They sized it very nicely.
Wow.
Now, what about
Okay.
a He-Man? Would that be a little bit too big?
It wouldn't. He would still fit height wise, but not width wise.
What about
He's too
Action
yoked.
Man?
Too yoked.
Action Man was quite a tall doll. Action Man.
Yeah,
was
that's a big doll.
I have about 20 other action figures that I need to ask about, so we'll
Yeah.
just knock through this list real quick.
surely a Mighty Max. That would have been easy, right?
Well,
Mighty Max could
obviously.
fit anywhere.
You're wasting our time, Bill. Obviously, Mighty Max is going to fit.
I'm just sitting
Damn it,
here
we've
now
only got
just-
58 more minutes before that key falls down the train. We have to hurry.
Oh, just sitting. Did Barbie out height the other ones?
Action Man out was
Surely.
taller than everybody.
Really?
Action
Barbie
Man's a
has so
giant.
many legs.
I don't think Action Man
Barbie
was
was
American.
Barbie is the tallest action figure that I know of.
Yeah.
In the
Yeah.
in the sort of, I guess maybe like Stretch Armstrong would be bigger,
Her,
but I
her
don't-
knees only bent a little bit, so she was forced to be tall.
Hey,
That's
here's
true.
a fun fact.
Hmm?
Action Man
Yeah.
is G.I. Joe.
I assumed that it was like an Australian
That's the
version
British
of
and
it or
Australian
something.
rebranding
Oh,
of G.I. Joe.
you guys
Yeah.
got Action
got
Man.
Action Man.
That's like the
Oh.
color with a U of G.I. Joe. Is
Yeah, yeah.
you say Action Man. Man, we're learning a lot right now. This is fantastic.
Yeah.
Cultural exchange program going
this
on.
is why we do this, for the
Yeah,
learning.
so we can learn.
So it's big.
So we've
It's
established
a big
that
So I'm going to write that word big down and
it's
say that's
big.
a
It's
clue.
3 stories tall to an Action Man.
Sure, okay.
Um,
I mean, this seems a little cruel, but should we just kind of knock it over?
Yeah, I
see if
poke
there's any
it.
stuff in there. Okay, start with the poke. I like that.
This is a good enough sandcastle that a poke is just not going to do it, I'm afraid.
All right. I shove Chris over onto it.
I do not catch myself. I land hard.
Roll for dexterity.
It's a 1.
Get out of here!
Chris,
Show.
you collapse down onto this sandcastle. The entire right half of it crumbles underneath you.
Okay.
You feel a little bit like Godzilla, and that gives you a sense of power, even though it wasn't your decision. It's
Chris
a bit of
is
fun.
gruesomely impaled on the parapet. So sturdy is this sandcastle.
The machete that was hidden inside the castle. That's right.
Is there so the right side of it has been knocked over?
But there's no
sure.
stuff in there.
No, not quite, but you know what? You've had such a fun time. I think it's well worth destroying the rest of it as well.
Let's go for it. I
I'm
get
gonna
in
go
on the
kick him.
action and just when we mess up the other half. We kick the other half over.
Yeah, you kick at it, you jump on it, you roll around in it,
Yeah.
and at one point, one of you, whoever gets to the middle first, your foot lands on something with a slightly pointed edge. Feels a bit like stepping on a Lego. And you unbury something, and right where the middle of the castle was, right in the throne room, there's a walkie-talkie.
I feel like if we had been more delicate about this, we could have actually explored this entire castle piece by piece, and it probably would have been a real joy. So I apologize if we missed any of that. A walkie-talkie, you say? Okay,
All right, so we
Yeah.
got a walkie-talkie.
Yeah, it's not very fancy. It doesn't have dials to change frequency, just a single on-off button. So you won't have any choice about who to talk to if you get to. But that doesn't matter right now because you flip it over and it is missing a battery.
Isn't that always the way? They never come with the batteries.
That's ridiculous.
Action Man didn't even need batteries.
Oh, there you go. Yeah, did he have a pull string? You know,
The Action Man I had as a kid
Mhm.
had a little lever on the back of his head to make his eyes go left and right in a shifty
That's
way.
horrifying.
What?
That was
That's
his
a
one piece-
nightmare.
That was his one interactable feature. You could make him go,
You can-
Was that like his G.I.
This
Joe
is-
name? Was he like Peeping Tom? Or
This is what happens when you ban guns in your countries. This is the kind of toys that you get.
Well, he can't have a gun. I guess his eyes can look
I guess he
around.
just looks from side to side, being like, "Where are all the guns? Where'd they go? I'm a soldier."
Okay, right. We're trying to do
So
something here.
the walkie-talkie's out of batteries. There was a bucket and a spade, I believe. I would
Yeah,
like to
is there a
investigate
battery
those.
in the bucket? I bet there is.
You take a look at this bucket. On the inside, all it's got in it is a bit of sand. The outside, it's bright and colourful, and it's decorated with the images of all sorts of sea creatures. So, just to name a few, you see a green shark, a white dolphin, a red manta ray, and a pink turtle.
We put the walkie-talkie in the bucket just for now.
Yeah,
Just
and the little string. We'll put the little string in there too.
oh yes,
That's
and the
gonna be
paper
our-
and the bit of string. They're all in the
Yeah,
bucket now.
all
That
in
is
the
now
bucket.
rope.
I'm starting to feel anxious that this entire escape area is covered in sand. I guess let's start on the bottom left, and we'll just dig about 12 inches down, foot by foot, until we get through the whole beach.
Okay, you find 3 silver dollars. You find a shell, some weird expired needle of some kind.
Did you want to go check out that spade as well?
Yes, we would
Yes.
love to.
All right, you head over to collect that. You assume it goes with the bucket, but I suppose there's no way to be certain. The wind has really gotten to this thing. It is all tangled up in some sort of fishing wire.
Ooh,
Fishing wire.
Fishing wire.
Fishing wire.
That's
Now,
promising.
is this string or rope-sized wire?
Yeah.
This fishing
How
wire?
thick is this fishing wire? Can we untangle it?
You can get some of it free. And so
We're
now
amazing.
you can get a decent-sized bit of very thin fishing wire.
All right, sounds good.
But no
great.
hook. There's no hook on it.
No.
No hook.
Oh, that'd be too easy.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, maybe you're really good at like vertical small lassoing.
I will save you time. You're not.
Okay.
Okay. What about this lifeguard's chair then?
Yeah, that's the way to go.
Yeah, all right. It's a little funny. You didn't know this beach typically had lifeguard supervision, especially in
Mhm.
winter, but the chair's here all the same. Its legs are planted firmly enough into the sand that it's not getting battered by the wind like a lot of other stuff. It's good and tall, and you can imagine that anyone sitting up there is imbued with a great sense of authority.
Okay.
There was something about binoculars mentioned.
There are some binoculars sitting at their feet. And as far as you can tell, give them a good brush to get the sand off, they seem functional.
Okay.
I thought
Interesting.
we should look at that boat. Should we look at that boat with the binoculars?
Oh, good call. Yeah. Let's look at the
I'll
boat.
use the left eye hole. You can use the right eye hole.
Perfect. Yeah, we go cheek to cheek on these
Cheek to
things and
cheek.
look at the boat in the distance. Now we
All
can't
right, yeah.
tell how far the boat is because we're each only using one.
It might just be really tiny.
You can tell by looking before using the binoculars that boat out there, it's definitely got some writing on the side of it. And
Ooh,
once you use the binoculars, you can actually make that out a bit more. It looks like the rough waters have taken their toll because some of the lettering doesn't look quite how it must have been originally designed. Some of it's just been wiped.
Okay.
So we do have an image of a boat for you.
Chris, would you like to describe this image since I got the last one?
It's a near realistic drawing of a boat, and it has a bunch of writing on the side. It's green on top, yellow on bottom for you boat lovers out there. And it seems like it says Australia Volunteer Coast Guard, probably slip ID 43. But it's
Ship
missing
ID?
some letters in there. Ship ID, that makes a lot more sense because it's a ship.
Or it's
and
its
not a-
SIP address. So yes, it's missing.
Yeah.
It's missing the following letters, as far as I can tell. It's missing
Yeah.
the A in Australia, or the second A in Australia, the N and the E, and one of the E's in volunteer, the T in Coast Guard, the T in Coast, the G in Guard, the H in ship, and then
Yeah,
after it
right.
says ship ID, it says parentheses 4,3.
Now, just so that you're not thrown off a little bit, take a look at the first word on it again.
There's a letter missing at the end, so it's probably Australian.
Oh,
Yeah, thank you for
Very
pointing
well
that out. That would have
Yes.
been a nightmare.
So then we've got basically the missing letters are ANNETGH.
H. Yes. That
And
doesn't spell anything. And it
Kenneth
No.
Branagh, I think is what it says.
So I've been trying to rearrange these letters to spell something, and I
What'd
have
you get?
not succeeded. Nothing.
Oh, okay. So we've got, what else is left? We've got to the south. We've got, do we see
Yeah.
anything else with this boat? Are there people on the boat?
Not as far as you can tell. If there is someone, they're hiding.
I see.
Right,
Okay.
right.
All right. So with this, you know what? I get up on top of the lifeguard chair, and then
Ooh.
I look out from the lifeguard chair. Does the lifeguard chair afford me a view of anything I might have missed?
Oh, there we go.
You assume that is exactly what's going to happen. So you clamber up, you swivel around to get a nice, comfortable position, and ow! You could not see it on your way up, but there is something right where your left hand sits, and it has
Oh,
just
geez.
jabbed you hard. It's a fish hook stuck to the armrest.
Oh, God.
Oh,
You didn't tell me
dear.
this was a Saw torture escape room. All right, I dig the rusty fish hook from out of my bleeding hand, and I search about for ointment to and I hope I don't have tetanus now. I didn't get my
Yeah,
shots
well, let's stop
before I
everything.
came.
We've got to find some ointment.
No, you knew when you were coming to Australia that if there was one thing you were going to need, it was medical assistance, so you brought ointment.
Oh, score.
I knew something. I went to Australia. Knew something out here would kill me eventually. out here in the wilderness. Okay, so we've got a fish hook. We have a bloody fish hook now. Okay,
That's
fantastic.
great. I'll let you put the fish hook on the fishing wire.
I
'cause
would
it's got
love
your
to,
blood
but my
on it.
hand is so horrifically mangled that I don't think I could accomplish it right now.
All right, let's rinse off the fish hook in the salty ocean,
There we go.
and then can we put it on the fishing wire? Do we have that?
Absolutely,
ability?
you can.
Yes. Can we try to get that key?
Oh, you didn't ask how thick the fish hook was.
It's an
Damn.
Australian fish hook, which
Yeah,
is big.
big fish.
Yeah. All right. How thick is the fish
Can
hook?
we though?
No, it's fine.
It is acceptably thin.
Okay. We put it on the fishing wire and we go key fishing. Yeah.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
take your contraption over to the shower drain and it fits through the gap. You wobble it around, you catch the key, you pull it up. It's an old school car key, like the kind that you actually have to stick in a door.
Oh.
Remember that?
Yeah.
And there's a sticker on the end with some letters. It's clearly an abbreviation of some kind. It just says AVCG.
The angry video game nerd was here. If anyone remembers him from YouTube back
The
then.
angry video game girl.
Oh boy.
Okay, so that's it. I'm
ABCG.
wondering if those letters go with something else, but I'm also wondering if there's a car in the car park that might
Yeah.
go with this key.
There's a lot to look at in this car park.
Hey, trivia fans. Neil here from Triviality, the pub trivia-style game show podcast where a lack of seriousness meets a little bit of knowledge. I'm excited to bring you a special discount code for my first book, Being Patrick Swayze, Essential Teachings from the Master of the Mullet, featuring games, quizzes, trivia, and more. If you'd like to receive 30% off, go to trivialitypodcast.com/Swayze. That's SWAYZE. And while you're there, give Triviality a listen. We might not get every question right, but we'll certainly have fun while doing it.
So you trek back up the walkway to look around.
No, another place.
At the far end, remember, we've got a public toilet and a vending machine. But between
We haven't
that
even considered the. Oh, that's right.
and
There's so much to do. You guys are wasting so much time making funny jokes and being cool,
making the show fun.
making entertainment for our
You
listeners.
idiots.
You dummies.
Idiots. It's going worse than we ever expected.
I didn't just add that in as a note to you because I thought you'd forget. I have that written in my notes. I thought everyone would forget.
Okay.
But between that and where you are now, there are cars. Heaps of parked cars. You didn't really notice on your way in, but now that you've been to the beach and you know that it's empty, this is weird. Who do all these belong to? They all look sort of samey. They're different colors, but stylistically they're almost all the same. The number plates too. Normally you'd see a variety of combinations of how the letters and numbers go together. All these ones have the same kind that is not common in Australia. 4 letters followed by 2 digits. Usually you'd only see those on personalized plates. This all seems very intentional. Now, speaking of weird, completely separate from that, slightly different point, most of the cars are like that. Almost all of them, but there is just one that stands out. There is a grey, extremely shady-looking van, and its number plate doesn't follow this sort of pattern at all. It's DANG3R, because someone's a tough guy.
Oh, that's good.
Ooh. Oh, that's the car we came in.
Yeah, it's ours. That one's ours.
Yeah.
Mystery
No,
solved.
ours says danger because we got it. We didn't have to switch the E
Yeah.
out for
Oh yeah,
the
we got it
rest.
first. Yeah.
Please.
Now, if this wasn't suspicious enough, the back doors of this van are held shut not with a regular locking mechanism, but with a 6-digit combination lock built into
there
the
it
doors
is.
themselves.
Okay.
Someone went to a lot of effort to customize this thing. So yeah, you've got a whole bunch of suspiciously samey cars with their samey number plates, and then this van as a separate thing.
Okay, before we dig into the car lot puzzle here, I feel like let's take a
Yeah.
look at that toilet and the vending machine, right? Like,
Yeah.
let's just make sure we've got all of our bases covered.
Yep.
Oh boy, I hope you're ready for more pictures. Which one would you like to look at first?
Ooh, they're both so appealing. Let's go with.
I mean, for me,
the-
usually it's vending machine and then toilet. I don't know about your life experience.
True
but-
enough. Yes, let's
Yeah,
go in
okay.
order.
All right.
You go to the vending machine. Now, it doesn't seem like it sells snacks or drinks. Maybe it does, but the point is you can't actually tell because everything is wrapped up in a weird, indecipherable package. So you have no idea what you'd be buying.
Mhm.
Everything in there costs $4, which, okay. $4 Australian, which you do not happen to have on you. You didn't bring change.
Dang, all I've got is Bitcoin. Ah,
Oh, no.
I smashed my NFT up against it.
yeah. Well, yes. Can I trade an ape for this? Is that possible? We're just trying to make sure you know exactly what week this episode was recorded for posterity.
Now, you also see there are labels on these items, but the labels are not helpful at all. And one more image for you.
Oh, the vending machine's quite so. Yeah, these have different letters associated with them. There's AFS, GSP. Okay, very cool. And then let's take a look at the toilet, the public toilet.
The exterior of this public toilet is painted. It's got a huge, beautiful mural on all sides.
Oh wow, I love that.
This is all true about Bell's Beach.
Oh.
One side in
all of
particular
this?
catches your eye.
No, just this part.
Oh, okay.
You add in one realistic detail to give it the verisimilitude, the realism
Hey,
of
There are two things. There is such thing as the Australian Volunteer Coast Guard, and their boats are yellow.
This is like, for Australians, they all know this iconic toilet at Bells Beach. So if you were doing a shot of the Bells Beach in a movie, you start with a shot of the toilet. And everyone's like, oh, Bells Beach. And then you slowly pan out to the rest.
I wouldn't be surprised if that were true for people who had been
It's
to
your
Bells
Statue
Beach.
of Liberty, right?
Yeah, exactly.
All right, so you take a look. So one side of this toilet in particular catches your eye. It's a great image. It's got various sea creatures all over it. It's got stylistic elements of Aboriginal art. It's really quite something. And there are actually two images that we're going to show you of this. One is a picture of the mural itself. The other is like a translated version that's got labels on it.
So here is
tells you what you're seeing.
the mural. It's quite a nice mural.
Oh, wow. It literally is the mural. Oh, wow. Look at that. This is very nice.
Yeah, absolutely. Look up Bells Beach toilet and you will find this.
I literally did that.
Oh, yeah.
I Googled Bells Beach toilet, just like because I was going to make a joke about it. I was like, oh, here it is.
That's very
Beat
nice.
me to it.
And I've also sent a link to like another again a
labeled
real
Oh, yeah,
picture,
this is real.
that is like an annotated version of the same mural.
Whoa, that's neat.
This toilet this is better than any toilet in our entire country, any public toilet in our country. Like, this is like, we used to build things in America. We don't build anything as nice as this toilet mural anymore. This is amazing.
Yeah. I wish it said like Port Jackson's shark was here. Australian sperm seal was here. It's like something like that. Just...
Oh, like Grauman's Chinese Theater where they got the little footprints out front?
yeah.
I will say this is a surprisingly phallic-looking rock lobster in the
I
corner.
know.
Yeah.
I'm glad that
Yes.
I'm not the only one who noticed that.
Yeah, wow. Okay, so it's a
Sounds like,
bathroom.
I think that's just someone drew something else and then they put little lobster legs on the side because they didn't know how to paint over it.
Yeah,
That's what I think.
That rock lobster was there before the actual mural.
Right, that's why they did the
They
mural.
built the whole
back
mural
formed.
around it.
Now I understand. Okay.
Okay.
That's
I think we
helpful.
still need to venture into the public restroom, don't we?
Yeah, that makes sense. The inside, not quite as pretty as the outside. People have tried their hand at decorating. Also, apparently another true fact, people put stickers all over the sinks, all over the stall doors. Most of them are just like peeled off their clothes and just like a surfwear label, things like that. You do find in one little corner a set of 4 stickers that do not look as heavily branded as the others.
And this is a very image-heavy room. Here are some images for you.
And this is one I
Wow.
probably could have described, but
Chris, would you like to give a rundown of what these stickers are?
Yeah, the realism is shocking. It's 4 stickers. One says seal of approval, one says you rock, one says ring my bell, and one says walk the plank. The first 3 have arrows pointing in different directions. The third one has like a little explodey, like
Like a buzzsaw almost.
buzzsaw kind of shape. Yeah.
it's a happy
Interesting.
explosion. Or a happy buzz.
Yeah,
Approval,
a joy explosion.
Okay.
Am I allowed to say
Alright.
joy explosion on here? Is that because it didn't feel good?
Okay. Boy, this is a lot. This is a lot to take in. We really,
Yeah,
it
there's a
felt
lot to
like,
take in.
Chris, it felt like you and I had this thing on lock. And
Yeah,
then we
I
got
was
to the
like,
car
oh,
park.
we're
It was like,
like
oh, here's
seconds.
90% of the escape room.
Yeah, I was like, we got the key. We're done.
We did it. Yeah, we're done.
We unlock the ocean and leave.
All right, so let's start here. We've got a mural with sea monsters on it, and then not sea monsters, with fish on it. I think that's the term they use. I was trying to use the local Australian dialect where you call them all sea monsters.
Strangely enough, I think that image has all of the least deadly Australian sea creatures on it.
So we've got all these sea creatures, and then we found that list of like green shark, white, all that stuff on the beach. So maybe like if we examine here, there's something like we can link these up. I'm trying to look.
Oh yeah. The stickers.
Yeah, the stick. Well, I mean, yes, I guess they were stickers on the bucket, right?
Oh, on the bucket.
they
Oh,
were just
right.
sort of painted on
I
the
forgot
design.
about that. This is
Yeah,
so
the
good.
ones on the bucket, like there is a shark on there, but the other creatures don't really seem to match up.
That's
Oh.
true. It says green shark.
The colors
And
match
then-
the stickers.
The colors match the stickers.
Yeah, the colors of the
stickers?
green of the green shark, white dolphin. Those colors match the stickers, the seal of approval, the You Rock, the Ring My Bell.
Oh,
the
they
Walk
do?
the Night.
Do they?
Green?
The green does.
Oh no, there's not a white.
All
There's
right,
not a
so
white.
There's
It
just
may
a red
be
and a
that there are
pink
only
and a
so many
green.
colors.
Wait, but that is true. You've got green, you've got red, and pink are all
It
there.
might-
That might just be a coincidence.
It may
I'm
be
gonna-
that
I'm gonna
there are
read
only
Danny
so
for
many
the-
visible colors.
Okay. I was like, oh, I finally
that's
cracked
good.
something, and I felt so
Okay.
good.
Oh, well, so then the other thing I was going to say is that we
Yeah.
have a bunch of letters, and we
Mhm.
also have a bunch of letters on this vending machine that requires
Yeah.
$4
Do those letters mean anything to you? The BRO one is great because it says bro.
And
But beyond
PJs
that-
is like, pajamas.
I love PJs. Pajama bro.
Let's come back. So the other thing I was going to
Yeah.
say is that the sticker on the key said AVCG, and the number plates are all
AVCG.
4 letters and 2 digits. Do
And
we
there's the
see
2 digits
any-
from the boat. The boat had 2 digits.
Oh,
has a
4 and 3. You're
4-3.
right.
Do we see a
that's
car that
true.
says AVCG 43?
If only it were that simple. You do not. However,
That would have been great.
there is a connection between that AVCG and that boat, if you can spot it.
Oh,
AVCG. Oh, what
it's
is it?
it's the initial Australian Volunteer Coast
Oh, yes,
Guard.
you're right.
So they are
Okay.
definitely connected.
So the
Okay.
key goes to the boat that we can't access.
It is definitely a car.
No, the boat owns a car. Come on.
It's
Do
the
any
car
of the
boat.
cars have like Coast Guard stickers on any of the cars or anything? Or
Not
bumpers
that you
or
can tell.
Any cars green on the top and yellow on the bottom?
All of them. That's how all cars are in Australia.
Incredible.
Hmm.
And it's GH43. This 43.
What could that 4-3
Ship
mean?
Is that like the fourth and
4.
third letters in this thing of letters? Maybe like 1, 2, 3, 4 would be E,
4.
and then the third would be N. So like EN.
And
Um,
that's interesting. Oh, maybe the 4-3 is that these letters, the missing letters ANNETGH, breaks up into a 4-letter word and a 3-letter word.
Oh,
Maybe.
so like,
I mean, it's still. I mean, yeah.
Hmm.
Oh, wait.
Yes, go
Will.
ahead. What?
Hang,
HANG. Hang net.
not net.
Hang 10. Oh my
There it
God.
is.
Oh
Hang
my
10.
God. You're a genius.
And this has got to be really satisfying for the listeners who've been screaming that for the past 45 minutes.
There is a 100% chance that there is one person at home just going, Hang 10! Hang 10!
That's great. That's
Baffling
fantastic.
everyone
Hang
in
10.
their office.
They're on the
All
train
right.
right now, and everyone's going, oh, what's this guy doing? Hang 10!
All right. Hang
So
10.
we
So
go surfing.
So ship ID is hang 10. I still don't know what that gets us.
Yeah,
Is
that
this
doesn't.
like
I don't know.
Can we surf to the boat?
Is it possible for
Well,
us to
that
go
seems
surfing?
like it would be a bit scary,
Okay.
Oh,
especially
okay.
on one of those cheap boards.
Okay, that's why the boards are cheap, so we can't. What if I fashion them into like some sort? I used the rope, which we've established as a rope, to create a raft out of cheap surfboards to sail to the
Yes.
to sail to the boat.
Yeah.
We also did establish the rope is about that long because it just holds a small sign.
I sacrificed myself and I let him use the parts of my
Dang.
body to build a
I
ship.
use Chris's intestine to hew the.
Well,
But it is true. While we're like you're looking at the objects you have on hand, the key is very clearly an old car key.
oh,
That's true.
definitely a
That's
car
right.
key.
Yes. Yeah. Okay. So hang 10.
Hang 10. So we're still looking for a car. We're looking for a license plate. Hang 10 as a number. Hang 10 as a number. Hang 10.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
That fits.
Right? But why does the boat know about the car?
I'll have to get to the boat to ask it.
Okay.
Because someone was expecting you.
Oh
right.
my
The
God.
anniversary.
All right. So yes, we look for the hang 10 car.
Is that a
You
thing?
scan the cars in the car park for one with hang 10. Not easy, there are a lot, and great. The rain hits. So now you've got
Oh.
wind and rain. Lovely.
Mhm.
But shivering, you persevere. And at last, there it is. A rather retro vehicle. Looks like it would probably cost a pretty penny these days, and If you know your cars, you believe that it's a 1970 Ford Mustang.
Ooh.
Is that a car from Point Break?
Yes.
It's good. This must be Bodhi's car. Oh, wait, I'm not supposed to remember his name.
This must be that guy's name. That guy's
cool
car.
guy's
What was his
car.
name again?
Mustang.
No one knows. Brett, something.
All right,
No.
let's use that key on that car.
You stick the key in the Mustang's door, it fits, the door opens. You lean in, you rifle around for anything that might be useful. Not much, it's pretty bare. However, you stick your hand under the driver's seat and you do feel something a little unusual.
Mhm.
There's a remote control. It's
Oh.
labeled Automated Warning System, and its only buttons are on, off, and volume.
Are there batteries in this remote control?
They are, but they are different.
Boo!
From the ones you need for the
These are-
walkie-talkie.
so
these
good.
are
That was so
double
good.
A's, but you need a D for the
God damn it.
walkie-talkie.
Man. Oh, that's brutal.
That's sadistic. That's
so
the
good.
worst thing I've ever heard in my life. All right.
This control has one of those little solar panels.
Just
like
let
the
me. I
calculator.
haven't contributed anything. He's solved so much of the puzzle. He was gonna get there. I got there first. Just give me one thing. Yeah, it's the same battery. You did it.
You did an
Ah,
amazing
all right.
job.
So it has a volume knob and a warning light and an on-off switch. You said
It's called Automated Warning System. It's just got on, off, and
AWS.
volume.
on-off and volume. I could have sworn there was one of the things in the vending machine that was AWS,
there's a
but there's
BWS.
AFS and BWS.
Maybe Danny messed it up. Maybe Danny did it wrong.
Oh, yeah, maybe Danny's wrong. Maybe Danny's the one who is wrong.
Maybe Danny's the one who doesn't get it yet.
Can't even solve your own room.
I hit the button and turn the volume up.
Absolutely. You hear a deep, muffled voice blaring out, louder even than the wind and the rain. It's coming from the beach. Evacuate! It seems to be coming from that Coast Guard boat. Large waves, sharks, turtles, no swimming, evacuate! And then it stops for a moment. And then it starts again. Evacuate, large waves, sharks, turtles, no swimming, evacuate.
Evacuate large waves. Evacuate
Sharks, turtles,
large waves.
I'm
Sharks,
going to the bathroom very quickly.
turtles.
Oh, we're writing
no
this one down.
swimming, and
Evacuate.
evacuate again.
No swimming. Evacuate. So
Okay.
again, the bucket mentioned green sharks and pink turtles.
Yeah.
So that's something. ELWSTNSE is the first thing I think.
Oh, for the evacuate
Evacuate.
thing?
Yeah,
Mm,
those are the first
okay.
letters. Large waves, sharks, turtles.
Large waves, sharks.
Remind me. So the bucket has the all. Is there anything else with the bucket? It's just got a picture of all these little
Just a couple of creatures, yeah.
sea creatures. Green
Hmm.
shark, turtle,
White
pink
dolphin, red.
turtle. Well, that's like GSPT.
And there's
I
also
don't
this
know.
stay within the surfing boundaries. Remember to watch your sides.
Oh, we
Includes
checked out the vending machine.
diagonals.
Oh,
This-
the
I-
diagonals. I forgot about the
Doesn't
diagonals.
that make you feel like a vending machine thing because it's got diagonal like between them? Like you
Oh,
were-
that's right. Well, hold on.
do you think we could just spell some cool word by doing all these things in order? Like pushing vending machine in buttons in order to make a word?
So we've got AFS, then G, then S, then BWS, RL, GK, PJS, BRO.
Wait, what about the letters? The vending machine letters match the creatures on the thing.
They do?
Bronze whaler, shark.
Oh,
Jackson
on the.
shark.
Oh my God. Okay. All right. You're right.
Okay.
I forgot about that thing. Yeah,
So-
PJS, Port Jackson shark. BRO's blue ringed octopus. Okay. All right. That's definitely something.
Can I ask the
Um,
Australians something?
Uh-huh.
Yes.
Do you have vending machines in Australia where you can buy a blue ringed octopus?
Oh, yeah. Very dangerous. You shouldn't, but
That's
it's
not
always a
great.
temptation.
It's not great, but I can see why it'd be tempting.
Okay, so seal of approval, walk the plank, you rock, walk, ring my bell.
And why do those have arrows?
And they've got arrows on them that seem to also be kind of going in a circle. Like seal of approval points to the
Right.
aptly named Joyce Explosion, and then you rock points to the seal of approval, and ring my bell points
Oh.
to the you rock. Like if you
Right.
look at the alignment of them, right?
Right. So maybe that would be the
the sequence,
the sequence of those.
Oh, wait.
Figures.
Okay, so now if we look at this picture, I'm wondering if that lines up to the picture. Like maybe it's like blue ringed octopus, bronze whaler shark, Australian fur seal, over to I don't know which one.
Because Australian fur seal is about in the same place as where it says seal of approval.
Oh, you're right. Oh, okay. And then what does the other one say? The other one says rock, right?
You rock.
You
Ring
rock.
my bell and walk the plank.
Walk the plank. Oh, plankton. There's one that's plankton.
Oh, fur seal.
Right?
Plankton. What about
Plankton.
ring my
Is
bell?
there a PL? Is there one of those on the vending machine?
There's a P.
There's a P for plankton. Okay.
Yeah.
So I'm just writing
ring?
these down. So AFS,
smart.
plankton, and then BRO, I think, is probably your ring
Blue
my
ring
bell.
octopus. Oh, ring.
I don't
Yes,
know.
ring. There you go. Yep. Yeah.
Why?
Yeah.
I don't get it. Why is that?
Well, I was just trying to figure out
Ring,
which
is
one
it
goes
blue
with
ring?
ring my bell. Yeah, blue ring octopus. Yeah.
Okay, so BRO,
And then you rock would be rock lobster.
oh, rock lobster's on there. Oh, I was
Boom.
making so many lewd jokes about the rock lobster that I forgot. And then, all right, so I think we've got the 4 here. We still don't have any
Okay.
money. So we need to find money to put into the machine, right?
Oh.
Yeah, there are only a couple of things back on the beach that you haven't looked at in further
Right.
detail.
Oh, I
was-
forgot that there's more stuff. There's the litter on the beach, right?
Yeah.
Let's start there.
Yeah, right. So you go to the water. It's getting rough, especially in the rain. The waves are getting bigger by the minute, and all of this debris in the shallows, either the water grabbed it off the beach during high tide or it's been blown in from somewhere else. Most of it is absolute junk, but you do see amongst all of the other stuff a waterproof wallet.
Ooh.
Hey, the coolest kind of
Dude.
wallet.
A Velcro waterproof wallet with a curly strap.
Yeah.
Okay, what's in the wallet? We go grab the wallet.
Yeah.
You snatch up that wallet, and it looks like it has a very nice, neat entire roll of Australian 20-cent pieces in it. And as we all know, a roll contains 20 coins, bringing you to
I knew
$4 in total.
Okay, don't
Okay.
drop a single one of these coins, or we're stuck on this beach for forever.
We both
Um,
we each hold half of it to really make sure we have a good hold on it, and we walk it
Yes.
slowly back to the vending machine.
Okay, it seems like the arrows are the order, right?
Yeah.
Like I feel like it probably goes ring my bell because it probably goes in the order of the arrows ending in the plankton.
The joy
one.
explosion, right? We always
joy
it's
explosion.
going to- yeah.
That's how everyone wants to end things.
Yeah.
Yes, it's the circle of life. So in that case, all right. So we put the $4 in, and then we punch in BRO,
We got
and
one
then
chance.
RL,
Mhm.
and then AFS, and then P for plankton.
You're getting ahead of yourself because you've got 20-cent coins. So it's
So 50.
as
Yeah.
it falls down to the bottom.
10 minutes later.
One more.
And one of them just keeps coming back out and
Yeah.
change thing.
Sure, yeah.
You put your coins in, you press the BRO button, it lights up. You press the RL button, that one lights up as well. AFS and P, they all light up, and at that point, the machine whirs to life, and a package falls from the P section. You bend down to retrieve it, unwrap it, and instead of plankton, thank God, you find a battery.
Hey.
Oh my God.
It does not fit in the walkie-talkie.
It's a backup
darn,
for the
it's a
alarm
watch
system.
battery. Yeah, it's a backup for the alarm system. All right, we put it in and turn the walkie-talkie on.
The battery, thank God, a perfect fit, and it statics to life. What the hell? You press the button, you say a couple of words into it, and what's your standard greeting?
I guess it would be the traditional "G'day, mate," right? Isn't
Yep.
that what you say when you're in Australia?
That's it.
Makes sense. And to
Good
your surprise,
day, mate.
as soon as you said it, because it's got to be
Good
good
day,
day, mate,
of mine.
over, a response comes through, and it's a person with a bit less of an Australian accent than you might have expected.
Oh, thank God.
Whoa, someone found the other one of these? No way, so you're at the beach. What are you doing out there on a day like this? You know it's the 30-year storm, right?
Is that Keanu? Are you? Is it Johnny Utah I'm talking to?
Oh, no, it's, Johnny Hawkeye.
Johnny Hawkeye.
Hawkeye.
We're here. We're trying to find the treasure of Bodhi. I mean, the man whose name we do not know. From the people who we do not know on this beach.
Oh, I know that story. The legendary treasure. And you're right. It's totally on Bell's Beach somewhere.
Yes.
But you've got one thing wrong. It's not money that's hidden there. It's something way more valuable.
I said, this is the
Is it
treasure
love?
was in us all along. I'm going to quit right now. I'm walking off
treasure
this
was
beach.
in you all along.
Oh,
Wait,
man.
sorry, wait,
Unless it's actual gold inside of me, I can work with that.
It's the world's greatest surfboard. He, the leader of the gang, whose name I can't quite remember, had it made right before he died, and he wanted it to go to someone worthy. Hey, you know what? I'm something of a surfer myself. I'd love to help you find that thing. If you ever need any help, I don't know, with surf-related stuff, let me know, okay?
Okay.
Thanks, not Keanu Reeves.
It's Johnny Hawkeye.
Johnny Hawkeye. All right. Well, thanks,
But to-
Johnny.
With thanks to Hawkeye J14, our Patreon donor, whose name
Oh,
felt great
nice.
for this episode.
Yeah, there you go.
So Johnny Hawkeye, just to be clear, you can help with surf-related things, but puzzles and stuff like that's not your...
No, I'm not good at puzzles.
Not okay. No, you're cool. Don't worry about it. We'll call you later. Okay.
If you need surf-specific knowledge,
Sure.
Okay, so that brings us back to this riddle, right? Like this thing with the.
I'm just saying, because theoretically he's an FBI agent, right? He should be pretty okay at codes and riddles and
who said I
stuff.
was an FBI agent?
Okay, never mind, you're cool.
Whoa.
I'm sorry.
Talented guy Johnny Utah. Cool surfing football. I'm Johnny Hawkeye.
Okay.
Okay. Stay within the circle. Oh, we still haven't gone to this truck. I mean, the mystery car, right?
the van.
Oh, right.
The
There's like a
van.
whole other van
Mm.
with
All right,
it was 6-letter combination lock. Is that what it was?
Numbers.
Six
Number.
Six-digit combination lock on the van, and the van said danger with a 3. Was there anything else about? We go inspect the van. What else? Is there anything else about the van that stands out to us?
Nothing else. Windows all blacked out. You can't tell
You
anything.
see, this suspicious man looks just like Keanu Reeves with a walkie-talkie, crouching. Goes, oh my god! Well,
Warning signs and all right. Let's check out the umbrellas and then we'll check out the beach flags and warning signs.
All right. We'll get through the last of the images with this, I think.
All right.
finally.
You look at these umbrellas. Now, all these umbrellas right now, they're closed, which is probably the only reason they haven't flown away in this wind. Some of them have towels under them, like wrapped around their bases. Strangely, all of the towels seem to be one of 2 identical shades of purple or gold. And also, oddly, is it just you, or does it look like these umbrellas are set out in some kind of order? So we got another image for you to look
I go
at.
back up the lifeguard thing to look at the umbrellas.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, this is
Nice. Done.
a little bit of a beach map.
And again, for
Beat
people at
map.
home, these images are all available in the show notes. But Will give you a perfect description if you're audio only.
Oh boy. Okay, so
I'm
Ooh.
sweating. I'm sweating.
this looks so hard. Okay, so we've got it's like all right. So it's the row. There's 3 rows of umbrellas. The rows are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 umbrellas long. So the first there's basically 4 checkered flags posted between the first and second and fourth and fifth umbrellas of each row. And then we've also got 2 gold towels on the third and fifth umbrella of the first row, and then a purple towel on the second umbrella of the second row. And then on the third row, there's a gold one on the second, followed by a purple one on the third, and then a purple one on the fifth.
If I knew that these umbrellas were in a perfect grid, I would have been much more scared of this beach.
I will say this does seem to be 6 umbrellas that are highlighted with.
Yeah, right. There's 6. Okay.
So that's intriguing to me. We should go look at these is this also the warning signs? Is this what we're?
No,
Or the
I mean
warning signs something else.
Some of those ones are those black and white checkered ones that you can see there. Those are the only ones that are stuck into the ground. The rest, you have to walk along the beach and start gathering them to find them all. And
Okay.
you do.
We do
Just
that. We do.
that.
We do. Yeah.
Last
definitely
image, I
do.
think.
It's my
I think
first
this is the
thought
last
was that
one.
we don't do that. These are very cool little flags and signs. One's yellow with a black circle. One is a guy dancing on some bubbles. Another one is a guy swimming, and it says "Don't swim." A person swimming. Thank you very much. One is just a pink flag. Another person is
Large. It's like someone a tidal wave, right?
yeah. There's a wave. Is
No,
really
it's
gonna
being
take-
eaten by a giant hippo.
I'm not
Thank
gonna
you.
go.
Okay, and a couple more flags: red and yellow, red and white checks, a sign with just a jellyfish, red flag, green flag, no swimming, exclamation point. Lots of signs.
So this goes. Remember, there's the Coast Guard said, among other things, no swimming and large waves.
Oh, yes.
So
Okay.
my guess is that this goes to that, and this is a code for that, which I'm hoping 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. There's also 6 things there, so maybe, and all of these things have a number next to them. I'm also noticing.
They all
So
have a
hopefully, maybe
number.
this gives us something to do with something.
That's very good.
The symbols in or and I'm also like, okay, Coast Guards have like a flag signaling thing, right?
Yeah, but I don't think
Flags,
I don't
signals.
know their flag code.
I mean, but that could be something. I mean, we have our modern day smartphones with us. Is there service on this beach?
Ooh.
Can we look up Coast Guard flag code?
You didn't think to get the international roaming.
Damn,
man.
Okay.
If only there was some other way to find out beach stuff.
Let's
Okay.
call Johnny. Johnny.
Oh, Johnny Utah. Yeah, he'll know,
yeah,
won't he?
Johnny Montana.
Sorry, Johnny who?
Johnny Hawkeye.
Hawkeye.
Johnny
We call
Hawkeye.
Johnny Hawkeye up. Hey, Johnny.
Yeah?
Hey, we've got some flags. Can you tell us what these? How much do you know about Coast Guard flag code, Johnny?
Well, okay, I know a lot of stuff, but, you know, it's weird. I think I know it better, like, the other way around. So if you say, like, hey, Johnny, what's the sign for high winds? I can tell you. But for some reason, going backwards from the flag messes my, you know, it's
Yeah.
tough.
I get it. Your method.
So what is it
Okay.
in order of what the boat was yelling?
All right. So Johnny, do you know what the flag for evacuate is?
Evacuate? Oh, yeah, I know that one.
This is
It's like,
such a good impression. I'm in awe. This is
it's got red and white rectangles on it.
red and white. Thanks, Hawkeye. What about? Oh, if we've got large waves, I'm pretty sure I can suss that the one with the guy with the giant wave is the large wave one.
4.
What about for sharks? Is there a flag for sharks?
Sharks? I would have thought they'd have, like, a picture of a shark on it. There isn't one?
I
Yeah,
don't.
sorry, dude, I'm stumped.
Okay, sharks. We'll put a question mark.
It's all falling apart.
What about for turtles? Same deal.
Yeah, I've never seen a sign for turtles at the beach. Are they dangerous or something?
I don't think so. Then we've got no swimming is 5. Oh wait, actually,
Okay.
what does the sign for no swimming look like? Because we
Yeah.
see
Alright, so
2
you-
signs here.
You have to be careful between no swimming and swimming not recommended.
Oh,
What?
So, for the first one, no swimming, the person is swimming left.
okay.
Swimming not recommended, they're swimming right.
Okay,
That's-
so swimming left 0.
It's a portable system.
And then
Hey, I didn't design
evacuate.
it, man.
And then
I just interpret the flags, I don't make them.
I'm just a flag reader.
Hey
Like,
man.
hey, tell you my favorite flag, right? You know those black and white checked flags?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's like the
Yeah, what are those?
it's the surf flags. Right? They tell you where the surfboards are allowed between.
Stay within the surf boundary.
That's thanks,
Thank you.
Hawkeye. You know, we didn't really ask you what the black and white flags meant.
Yeah, so
Yeah,
in the
but I mis-
future, maybe
but I
pipe it
misread-
down.
Presumptuous of you.
I misread my script earlier, and it was sort of meant to kind of appear in my initial description, and I forgot to read it. So you know.
Okay, well,
thank
from
you
now
very
on-
much, Johnny. You've been super helpful, except for with the
Don't worry about
the sharks and the turtles. But I think we'll figure that out on our own. Oh wait, I know what it is. I know what it is. Oh my god, this is so good. It's what did it say? Green shark and pink turtle. So it's the
Yeah.
green. There's a green one. That's a 1 and a 9 for pink, right?
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
Wow. Amazing.
1,
Amazing.
9. Okay, you know what? Before we do, just because I'm dying for the endorphin rush of figuring something out.
Amazing.
We run over to the van and we enter the following combination on the
Yes.
6-digit lock: 341903.
The numbers slide into place and the lock clicks and you open those
Yeah.
van doors.
Amazing.
Nice.
The back of this van, it's wide, it's almost totally empty. All you find is a deflated football. You poke your head into the front seats, but all that's there is a tub of surfboard wax on the passenger seat.
Hmm.
It seems disappointing. Until You open up that wax, and instead of wax inside, you find a piece of paper. And so you look back at the football, and sure enough, why is it deflated? It's deflated because someone has cut a hole in the side, and inside it is another piece of paper.
Whoa, more
wow.
paper.
On one of them, the one that you found in the surf wax, it
Mhm.
says 2 little sort of sentences. Beside 2 leaks, and that's leaks with an A, towel but not purple.
Okay.
And then on the football's piece of paper, it again has 2 little sentences.
Mm-hmm.
Northeast of a leak, direct or indirect. And 4 towels on immediate sides.
Okay, so this clearly goes to the map. Well, I'm glad we did that before trying to figure this map out. That would have been very frustrating.
4 towels on what? 4 towels on.
4 towels on immediate sides.
Okay. And we're staying within the boundaries, the surfing boundaries.
So stay within the boundaries, but don't
Remember-
something about going diagonal, right?
Remember to watch all sides includes diagonals.
That includes diagonals.
Whether you're playing beach football or waxing your board or halfway in between, be happy.
Okay, so we've got
Football or wax.
Football and wax. Clearly, like, we have to find these 2 points on the map that
Right.
this is referring to, and then halfway between them is like your kind of X marks the spot, I think, right?
I love that. Yes, I love that.
Beside 2 leaks. What is a leak? What
Leak.
does that mean? Well, let's see. Okay, well, this one says 4 towels on immediate sides, so that should be pretty easy to figure out,
4
right? Like,
towels.
how many spots could there be that have a towel on every side of it?
None.
Wait, no, the
Oh,
one
one
right
towel, I
above the
see.
right. No, the one because it says 4 towels on the immediate sides, but don't forget about diagonals. So the
Right, okay.
one in the right above the sandcastle has a towel above it to the right. I mean, above it to the left to the sort of like diagonal,
Right,
and then
okay.
right below it.
Okay.
So that's 4 towels on immediate sides, and it also says northeast of a leak. I still don't know what a leak is.
A leak. Is it something about the umbrellas? Like the umbrellas all kind of.
Oh, maybe it is. Are some of the umbrellas leaky?
Well, it is raining right now, but at the moment all the umbrellas are closed.
Oh,
so who can
we-
see?
Oh, all right. We open the umbrellas up.
We
Yeah.
go around like
All right, so-
insane people and open all the umbrellas on a beach.
Yeah, one at a
Okay.
time. This is also extra comedic because of the crazy wind. So you
Yeah.
put one up and immediately it tries to blow away. So you
Yeah.
have to hug it to hold it tight. And you keep it that way just long enough to tell whether or not the rain is coming through it. Then you close it back up, move on to the next one. Takes a
Mhm.
while to get through all 15, but in total you find 5 leaky umbrellas.
Oh,
This
boy.
is where you might want to be making your own little diagram of this
Oh,
to know where they are.
Okay.
Monster.
Oh boy.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm gonna need you to do that because I've got this on my computer, so I
Yeah.
can't really hold
Open
on.
up
If
Excel.
You're not using Excel for this?
hold on, you know
Two,
what? I'm gonna copy
three,
paste this into MS Paint, and we'll do.
Oh,
it.
brilliant.
That's a great idea. Okay, so starting from the left, top
Mhm.
row, first and fourth are leaking. All right, in the middle row, it's the 5th one, the furthest right.
Okay.
Okay.
And in the bottom row, the 1st and 3rd.
First and third. Okay. All right. So let's look at these notes again. We're close. We're very close. I can feel it.
All right. Beside 2 leaks, towel but not purple.
And again, diagonals count for this.
That's true.
That's got to be the one the bottom row.
yeah.
The second one, it has a towel and it's between 2 leaks.
Yeah. Okay. So that's wax. That's wax.
That's wax, yes. And then so it's under the sandcastle. Oh, jeez. Oh, frick. All right, so we dig on the diagonal that roughly right lines up with the sandcastle. We use the spade to dig.
Well, so where was the other one? Where was the football one, sorry?
The football one was smack dab. The football one, I believe. Actually, well, let's take another look. Besides, the other one was northeast of a leak.
North.
Oh, shoot. That one's not northeast of a leak. Dang. Okay. Northeast of a leak.
I don't trust
Direct
myself
toward-
right now because your drawing with the lifeguard stand and the surfboards illustrated to me immediately that I don't know east from west and did my whole drawing backwards at the very beginning of this. But now I'm on board.
Northeast of a leak. So N-E-S.
Northeast of a leak. Oh, hey. If you go northeast, okay, so northeast. Okay, the leak that's in the bottom middle, very bottom middle.
Northeast.
Go
of it.
northeast of that. That umbrella has a towel on every diagonal on 4 sides.
Oh, you're right. Okay, yes.
So yeah, I mean that's still
Um,
kind of the sandcastle right in the middle.
Yeah.
So-
right underneath the sandcastle wouldn't work. You have to go just off the sandcastle.
Just
we
off
go
the
just
sandcastle.
off
You know.
the
All right.
sandcastle.
The castle is where people expect treasure to be, so
Right,
you have to
right.
have it as a decoy.
It's just to the east of the easternmost parapet.
We stay out of the east wing of the castle. We never go in there.
And I
Okay, so
stand
yeah, we
like
dig
right.
for a surfboard.
Yeah, and I stand like right behind Will so that when he finds the treasure, I can knock him over the head and steal it from myself.
Under spade.
Bury him.
I find a note that says, "Look behind you."
All right, so you find that spot. You start digging in the sand. At first, maybe you try using the spade, but turns out those things are really inefficient and for children, so you just use your arms instead. You sweep sand all around you until you've made a hole about 3 feet deep. Sorry.
Mm-hmm. Oh, and I was just gonna say I use one of the surfboards to dig. We use like
Even
one of the,
better.
break one of those
Yeah,
surfboards
that's
and
good.
use that.
All right, you keep going that until
I
you
tie
hit
a surfboard to my arm with the rope string, and I use that, and I've got arm shovels. It's amazing.
Well, you never asked how thick the surfboards were.
The human
They
shovel.
break immediately.
All right, you sweep sand all around you until you've made a hole about 3 feet deep or so, and then you start to touch something. There's something big and hard and flat down there. It's bigger than you. And you're pretty sure you know what it's gonna be. Takes some time to unearth the whole thing, but when you do, you are looking at the surfboard treasure of legend.
My
Wow.
God,
doesn't-
It's beautiful.
It doesn't look anything like those worn-out loser ones further up the beach. This is special. And as you're admiring it, your walkie-talkie springs to life.
You found it.
You jump. Is he watching you?
Yeah, we found the board. We found Bodhi's board. I mean, the guy's board. You know, I think. So what are we doing
and-
now?
How do you know
Whoa.
that we found it?
No reason.
Oh man,
So,
hate this.
what do you do now really depends. What does it make you want to do now?
It makes me kind of want to surf, bro. Like, feels like we should surf this thing. Is it a two?
Feels
is
like
it
the
a
two of
tandem
us
surfboard?
Feels like we should lie on top of each other, on top of this surfboard, and paddle out with 4 arms.
It's got a little sidecar. It's got a boogie board attached to the side.
No, you know what? When big wave surfers ride big waves, there's always the surfer, and then someone rides a jet ski beside them as like a spotter.
Yeah.
So one of you can be that person.
We did bring our jet ski with us. We forgot we had that the whole time.
Can we say it's a jet ski of legends, just so that we're both like riding something
Yeah,
else?
but it's an entirely different legend.
That's from the
Yeah,
last
yeah,
treasure we found.
Yeah.
Um,
Oh, that was a good one. Too bad we lost that recording.
yeah. All right. So it feels like we should surf out to that boat, that Coast Guard boat, or at least just goes there. Are there any big, huge waves we can ride right now?
You're in the middle of a 30-year storm. These are the biggest waves that you have ever seen.
I look at Chris and I say, Chris, vaya con Dios. And I walk away as Chris sails the biggest wave of his life. And I wipe a tear and fire my gun into the air in impotent rage.
All right. So, Chris, that sounds like you've been nominated as surfer.
Yeah, and I'm like, I'm kicking myself because I'm like, man, I should have done that. Now I have to surf this wave, but I'm a good sport about it. I don't want to make it awkward, so I go ahead and go out into the ocean.
You look at each other, just via Dios. Oh, my
Oh,
God.
gotcha. Too slow. You have to surf to your death now.
I caramba, no.
Holding the hefty board under your arm, you slip off your shoes, you make your way towards the water. The rain is battering you, the wind is roaring in your ears, the surf is angry. The surf was angry that day, my
The
friend.
sea is angry.
But inside you, even as your heart is racing, there is somewhere deep down some kind of inner calm.
Good luck.
You hear Johnny Hawkeye talking to you through the walkie-talkie right before you drop it in the sand.
Okay, Johnny, where are you?
Oh, you've been dropped in the sand. Sorry. Oh, I can't hear you. I'm in the sand. Bye.
I think he was in the walkie-talkie. I think he
I
was a
break the
tiny
walkie-talkie
dude.
open. Is he in the walkie-talkie?
Hey, it's me. You'll never catch me.
That was the best high-pitched, tiny leprechaun Keanu Reeves impression I've ever heard in
Back
my
to my
life.
castle. Oh no, what happened to my castle? What have you done?
My home!
My parapet, the eastern parapet is gone.
Oh my goodness.
I'm reading a conclusion
Please,
here.
get back.
You're dimly aware of how cold the water is, but you lie on the board, you paddle out past the smaller swells, out well past where you can stand up. The waves off the coast of Bell Beach can reach, do you know how tall we're talking here with big waves?
How tall?
6 feet.
About 15 meters or roughly 50 feet
Oh, wow.
is
That's
not
too big.
untypical.
I'm regretting
The
my
highest
life
you've
choice.
ever done is, maybe like a fifth of that.
Yeah.
But there's something about this board. It feels, not only does it feel really stable, really sturdy, you almost feel like it's got the energy of its creator imbued within it.
I look at Chris as he
Mhm.
trembles before, because Chris is like, he's doubting whether he should do this. And I look at
Yeah,
Chris and I
yeah.
say, Chris, finish it.
Good. And then as I leave, you say to yourself, he's not coming back.
This board, it has almost like its own presence of complete and utter confidence. This is where it's supposed to be. Against the blackening sky, you see it coming, a swell to end all swells, a forming mountain of a wave. It stretches toward you, it's growing, it's bigger than you, it's beyond bigger than you, it's too big to be this close to a human. You paddle, you burn your arm muscles pushing back towards the shore. You feel the front catch you, and you know you have to stand up, and the board stays steady, not a wobble. You manage to stay at the peak of the wave as it rises higher than water should ever rise, and then you're in front of the peak. Then a shroud of new darkness covers you as the wave starts to curl. It's not just behind you, it is caving over you. The beach is so far away and it's so far down, but your legs are like steel on this board and you're traveling so fast if you can just get ahead of where the wave breaks. But you can't. It comes down on top of you. All sound, all the sensations, they all vanish. You're not standing anymore. You don't even know where your head or feet are. You're falling. You're being crushed at the same time. You can't tell if your eyes are shut or if there's just nothing to see. And that's it. For the longest time, that's it. And what's left of your mind believes that's all you'll ever feel again. And then you see light. You surface. You're still way out in the water, but not as far as you were a few minutes ago. The waves here are all foam, no break. You still can't feel your body, but you think you can struggle back to the beach. When you do, you collapse, gasping. You've never felt so weak.
You there?
You turn your head weakly. The walkie-talkie. It's so close. It's not that broken after all. You stretch out an arm for it.
I say yes. And Will,
Did it, man.
would you mind helping me up? You're just standing
I
there.
can't believe you did it.
It was very fun. It didn't sound fun. Maybe, if to some people, but it was very fun.
No, you're missing the point.
Oh.
He didn't care about that. Nobody can ride out the 30-year storm. What he cared about was that you wanted to ride it, and nothing was going to stop you.
Your aching head can't keep up with this.
Turn around.
You obey as best you can, and being swept up to shore with the rest of the litter is your legendary surfboard shattered into 3 pieces.
Wow.
You crawl towards the closest one and you look at it. The inside, now exposed, does not have that pale, foamy, polystyrene-y core that a normal board would have. It's only got a very fine layer of that, and everything else is chocolate. No, I'm joking. It's totally gold.
Delicious
You-
chocolate.
You were riding on an almost solid gold surfboard.
Wow.
It's all yours. He was a lot of things, not all of them great. But when it came to surfing, he deserves a successor.
And that's the end of the room.
Wow.
We found
Who
Bodhi's
knew that?
golden
Who knew that the
surfboard.
perfect surfboard was made out of gold? It seems like gold would be a little too heavy to be a surfboard.
No,
Well,
nobody's
he
tried
did
it.
crash.